Hi there, my name's Ash. I'm working for UE Centre for Music today, and today we're going to have our first guitar lesson, and we're going to learn to play our first song together, which is going to be Don't Start Now by Dua Lipa on the guitar. Okay, so welcome. I'd like to assume you've already had a look at the tuning video. Just if you haven't, make sure you go and take a look at that tuning video. Make sure you're nice and in tune and your volumes are all up and ready to go. Okay, and we're going to get started straight away, okay? So let's have a listen to the song we're going to be playing today. The song's going to sound like this.
If you don't wanna see me, did a full 180, crazy, thinking about the way I was. Did the heartbreak change me? Maybe, but look at where I ended up. I'm all good already, so moved on. It's scary. I'm not where you left me at all. So if you don't wanna see me dancing with somebody, if you wanna believe that anything could stop me, don't show up, don't come out.
Okay, so that's what we're going to learn how to play today. So before we get started, we need to know what the names of the open strings are going to be as we're playing these notes, okay? I'm going to give you numbers as well for them, but we're going to try our best to do the notes, because the more you know the notes of the guitar, the easier it is to learn other things later, okay? So you might have caught this in our first video about the tuning, but here's a little rhyme for you to remember the open strings, okay? Eddie ate dynamite, goodbye Eddie, okay? Those corresponding string names are E, A, D, G, B, and another E, okay? So the top note and the low note are the same note. They're just what we call an octave in pitch difference, but they are the same note, okay? Cool. So that's our little rhyme there to remember, okay? Now, just to get you comfortable with that, let's do a little bit of a test, okay? I'm going to say a note name, and I want you to play the corresponding string. Now, you can rewind and try and work that out for yourself, okay? I want you to play the string, and then after you've done playing it, I'm going to play it back to you, and you're going to find out if you're right. So let's have a go. So let's start with play me the E string, the low E string, please. That's that one. Very good. Let's try the D string. Alright, keeping up so far. Let's try the B string now. The B string. Second from the bottom. Very good. Let's do one more. Play me the G string, please. Very good. Now, if you got all of those, well done. If you didn't, rewind the video back. See if you can find a way to make sure you get those every time, okay? Remember your rhyme as well. Eddie ate dynamite, goodbye Eddie. All right? Now, we're going to mess with this order just a little bit to learn this song, okay? We're going to get a rhythm going first. So if you've got your pick, let's talk a little bit about how you're going to hold your pick, okay? If you haven't got a pick, don't worry. You can just use your thumb, all right? But if you have got a pick, let's talk about that. So here's how you want to hold the pick. What you want to do is you want to start with your hand in a relaxed position like so, okay? So it's all floppy. I can't really, there's no, almost like I've got no bones in my hand, okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my hand over, and as I turn my hand over, my thumb and my first finger are going to fall together, okay? Almost like I'm trying to hold a coin or something, okay? So I'm going to do this. Okay, I'll do that one more time. So there's my hands floppy. I'm going to turn over like so, okay? Now, can you see how the first joint of my knuckle and my thumb are in line with each other? Okay, I'll just turn the hand so you can see that. All right, now the pick is going to sit nicely in between that joint, okay? And you're going to choke up on it quite a lot. So if you can see, there's only a little bit of the pick. I'm not holding it like this. I'm not holding it so that there's loads of free waving energy, because that won't help me. Okay, to get perfect control, I'm holding the pick really, really tight in. Okay, so there's barely any of it poking out. All right, but then that allows me total control. And when I'm strumming, I'm using my wrist. I'm not using my full arm. I'm making sure just to use wrist. Okay, so we're going to pick these notes all with down picks. Okay, and we're going to count like this. We're going to go 1 and 2. I'll do that one more time. 1 and 2. Okay, one more time again. 1 and 2. Good. All right, so we're going to start with the low E string. 1 and 2, like so. Okay. Then we're going to move down. So our next string we're going to find is the B string. Our next note is B. So I'm going to let you try and find it first. So see if you can find the B string. I'll hang tight for 2 seconds. Okay. Our B string is this one, the second from the bottom. Okay, same rhythm again. Now we count music in 4. Okay, so we count 1, 2, 3, 4. This is quite a quick song, so we're going to count ands as well. So when we do this, we're going to go like so. We're going to go on the low E, 1 and 2. And then we're going to go 1 and 2 down there. Okay, just think of it that way. Every single one of these, you're going to go 1 and 2 on the low E, 1 and 2 on the B. Okay, so let's do those two slowly together. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Good, well done. All right, let's move on to our next string. So our next string is going to be a G string. That's very close to the one you've just played. So I'll see if you can find it. Good. So you should have played this one. Well done. Okay. So now we've got these. We've got our low E. 1 and 2 on the B string, 1 and 2 on the G string. Well done. Okay. So now we've got a D string coming up next. And we're not going to do all 3 notes on the D string. We're just going to do the first 2. Okay. So we will have just played the G string. Okay, now we're going to play the D string twice. So that's our 1 and. Where's our 2 going to be? We're going to jump down to the A string and get our 2 there. Okay, so now we've done this. Do it one more time. So 2 D strings and 1 A string. Well done. Okay, so far we've done 3 low E strings. Then we did 3 on the B string, second from the bottom, 3 on the G string, coming up now, back towards us, 2 on the D, 1 on the A. Okay, and that's the verse of our song, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Good. All right. So that's probably the easiest way to work our way through that verse. Okay, let's have a listen to it with the song and hear what that sounds like. See if you can play along with me.
If you don't wanna see me, did a full 180, crazy, thinking about the way I was. Did the heartbreak
1 and 2. 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 Good. All right. Cool. So that is us already started on the verse, and that's us playing through the verse without even putting our hands on the guitar yet. Okay? Well done. Let's try the chorus now. So we're going to start looking into our chords a little bit. Okay? So the 3 chords we're going to take on today, we're going to play a D chord, an E chord, and a G chord. Now, you may have heard of things called minors and majors. I'm not going to touch that today. I'm just going to call them by their letter names just so you get used to where they are, okay? So we're going to start with a B note. So if you can remember which string is your open B string, I'd like you to play that one now. So it's this one. Okay, so we're going to start from there. Now we're going to play our first chord, which is going to be a D chord. Alright, so to use our D chord, what I want you to use, so when I say the certain numbers of fingers, I want you to try and follow those to the letter if you can, alright? So we're going to be first finger, that's going to go on the second fret of the G string. So that one's going to go there. Good. Alright, now I'm not squeezing the guitar really hard here, I'm just kind of resting. Now when we're pressing the note down, you really don't need to press the guitar as hard as you think you do, okay? So look at which string we're fretting right now. We're fretting fret 2 on the G string. I'm going to pick that note. Now if I don't press at all, I get that. I get like a dead note. Okay. However, if I press too hard, I can actually push the note out of tune. Alright? So we want to find the right place just in the middle. So here's how we're going to do it. I'm going to pick this string and I'm going to just gently add pressure on. Hear that note coming out a bit more as I get tighter? There's the note, okay? Now that's really not a lot of pressure at all. I want to hold it tight enough so that if I pick it, also this hand, I'm not picking the string, I'm not doing this. I'm not pulling away, I'm just going through the string ever so gently, okay? That's what you want, okay? Now, that's our first finger. Our thumb is flat in the back of the neck. Okay, now we're going to use our third finger. So not our second finger, we're going to use our third finger. Okay, and this is going to go on the third fret of the B string now. So the second from the bottom, while our first finger still stays where it needs to. So that's going to go there, like that. Now I want you to try and play both those two notes. Good. Now, if we play our open D string, which is just above the string, just above the first one our finger's on here, and we're going to play those three notes one at a time. And that is our D chord. Good. Now, if you're struggling with two fingers there, you can just get away with one. That's absolutely fine. Just play those two. Okay. Now the next skill to practice is trying to play them both at the same time. So if I play these notes and I go through both strings, I'll get something like this. Okay, that's what we call a chord. Put that third finger back on as well. Okay, so think about these in levels. If you can only manage the one finger for now, just do that. If you can't, if you're feeling that's really easy, try those two. So far we've done an open B string, and then we played our D chord. Okay, and we're going to do each of those for a count of 4, like so. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Now we're going to play an E chord. Okay, so see if you can remember which strings were E. So there was 2 of them, and I'd like the lower one of the 2. So if you played this string, you were correct. Okay, now we're going to take our first finger and we're going to put it on the second fret of the A string, which is the next string down. So that's going to go here. Okay, similar to what we did before, we're going to play the open string and then that one. Good. I want those two notes to sound together. Remember not to press too hard. If you need to do this exercise, just work out how hard you need to press. Remember, if you press too hard, the note will start to go out of tune. Good. Well done. Now take your second finger, if you want your next level, and try and fit that on the 2nd fret of the D string, which is the next string down, and play each of those in turn. Good. So what we have there is an E chord. Try and remember these names if you can. You may have also noticed that these chords correspond to what open string we're using to play them. So when I played my D chord, I had an open D string and then 2 notes. And then when I played my E chord, I had an open E string and 2 more notes. Okay? So so far we played an open B, then we played a D chord, then we played an E chord like this. So I can just move that finger over. And then we're on to our last chord, which is a G chord. Now we can play a G chord with only 2 fingers. So this is going to be the start of if you haven't done your 2 fingers yet, let this be the start of it, okay? So we're going to use our 2nd finger on this hand, that's this one, and that's going to go on the 3rd fret of the low E string. So I'd like to put that there. Okay, just above where that dot is, same fret on the lowest string you got. Good. Now, your 1st finger is going to go on the 2nd fret of the A string, which is the next string down. Now, if we play these notes individually, we're going to play an open string as well. So I'm just playing my low 3 strings there. Good. So that's what we call a G chord. And if we strum those, that's a G. Okay, so let's just do a quick little recap. We had an open B string, we had a D chord, we had an E minor chord, or an E chord if you'd rather, and then we had a G chord. Good. Okay, so now let's try and play this along with the song and hear what this sounds like. So this is the chorus.
I'm all good already, so moved on, it's scary. I'm not where you left
Here we go.
me at all. So if you don't wanna see me dancing with somebody, if you wanna believe that anything could stop me, don't show up.
Good job. Okay, let's try that a little bit slower. So we're going to count a bar of 4 on each of these. Don't worry, I'm going to do that again in a minute for you. Okay, so I'm going to count slowly. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Open B string. 1, 2. Get ready for that D chord. 3, 4, and D. 2, 3. Then E minor, and E. 2, 3, and then to G. 1, 2, 3, and again. Open B string. 1. Get your hand in position. 3, 4, and D. 2, 3. Move into E now. 4 and E. 2, 3, 4, and then G. 3, 4. Well done. And that's our chorus of our song. Now the song's quite a bit faster than that. So what I need you to do to get up to speed, feel free to try and play it along with the song for fun. Okay, but practice slow is what is going to get you to the point you need to get to. Okay, so don't feel like, oh, I can't do it fast enough, I can't do it. It just takes time. Okay, but that count, when it's slow, look at how much time we have in between to change those notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you've got plenty of time in between those notes to work out where your fingers need to go. If you can't hit it in that time with it, then that's not a problem. Don't worry about it. Just slow it down even more. Count for yourself. Try and tap your foot to keep the time of it. Okay, and that'll help. Okay, so let's do it one more time. I'm going to count at a slow pace, and you try and follow me. All right, so 1, 2, open B string first. 3, 4, and 1, 2, D chord. 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3 to the E now. 4 and E. 2, 3 to the G. 4 and 2. Let's go around one more time. 3, 4, and open B string, 2, 3, 4, and D, 1, 2, 3, 4, E minor, 1, 2, 3, 4, and G, 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Well done if you've gotten through all of this so far. Here's a little bit of extra work for you if you're finding that really easy, okay? That first B string, we're going to try and do a B chord with it, okay? We're going to do our first power chord. Now, this is a little bit tricky, all right? But we're going to try and find our way through it. So here's what we're going to do. In fact, we won't do a power chord. We'll do a slightly different variation of a B, okay? So here's what we want. We're going to put our first finger on the 2nd fret of the A string, right there, okay? A string being the 2nd from the top, you should get that note, okay? Then we're going to have an open D string. Good. And then last but not least, we're going to put our 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the G string, okay? So now we've got 2nd fret of the A, an open D string, 2nd fret of the G string. And then if you accidentally hit that open note, it's fine, because it's a B, okay? Okay. And then if you want, you can take your 3rd finger here, and you can put it on the 2nd fret of the top E string. Okay, that's a full B minor chord right there. But if you can only do those 2 fingers, that's fine too, okay? So now we've got this B minor chord. Let's put it in place of that open B string. So it's going to sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. B minor. 1, 2 to D. 3, 4. And D. 2, 3 to E minor. 4. And E. 2, 3 to G. 4. And 1, 2. Now I'm going to answer a question I'm sure you already have. Why do I keep saying some chords are minor chords and some chords are major chords? Okay, so I'm going to throw these on the end just to explain it. So every chord can be either major or minor. If you don't know what major or minor means, the easy way to think of it is a major chord would be a happy sounding chord, like this E major here, or we just call them by their letter names. So if they're major, quite often we'll just say E, C, B. We won't say the major bit, okay? We can do, but we don't often. Okay? So E, A, D, those are all major chords. They all sound really bright and airy. Okay? However, minor chords have a somberness to them. They sound kind of sad, okay? So if I play this E minor, for example, which we've already done, that sounds sad, okay? B minor we also did. That one's kind of in the middle, but it's still a minor chord, B minor. Good, all right. If I wanted to make that a happy chord, I could do this. All right. Sad, happy, sad, okay? So when you hear a minor chord, they normally have a bit of a sad sound to them, okay? But that's all you need to know right now. So at the moment, the chords we have in our chorus, we have B minor, D or D major, E minor, and G major, okay? And then we've got all of our open strings. So let's just do a little recap of the whole lesson just before we finish up, okay? So we're going to start our verse section with our open strings. So we'll have our low E. Remember that rhythm, 1 and 2. And then we've got the B, 1 and 2. The G string, 1 and 2. D to A, 1 and 2. Okay, that's our verse. Slowly. Good, well done. And then we look into our chords. So we have either an open B string, or if you felt better with it, you can do the B minor. Remember, we count a whole bar of 4 here, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to go to D. 1, 2, 3 to E minor. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then G. 2, 3, 4. Good. Well done. So that is how to play Don't Start Now by Dua Lipa. Just with these last few minutes, I'm going to just stick the track on and I'm going to play through it. And you're going to play along with me. And I'll see you on the next one. Thanks. Here we go.
If you don't wanna see me, did a full 180, crazy, thinking about the way I was. Did the heartbreak change me? Maybe, but look at where I ended up. I'm all good already, so move on. It's scary. I'm not where you left me.
Chords coming up.
So if you don't wanna see me dancing with somebody, if you wanna believe that anything could stop me, don't show up,
Verse.
don't come out, don't start caring about me now. Walk away, you know how. Don't start caring about me now. Aren't you the guy
Still in
who
the verse.
tried to hurt me with the word goodbye? Though it took some time to survive you, I'm better on the other side. I'm all good already, so move on. It's scary. I'm not where you left me at all.
Here comes our chords. B minor,
If
D,
you don't wanna see me
E minor,
dancing with somebody,
G.
if you wanna believe that anything could stop me, don't
Back to
show
verse.
up, don't come out, don't start caring about me now. Walk away, you know how. Don't start caring about me now.
Keep going. Woo!
I'm not where you left me.
We're going to return to those chords now. B minor,
If you don't wanna see me dancing with somebody,
G,
if you wanna believe that anything could stop me,
here's our chord.
don't show
Oh, we're still on the chords. D, E minor. Whoops. Good. Okay, now try and strum all the numbers. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good job. Well done. So that is your first lesson on Dua Lipa, Don't Start Now. I hope you enjoyed that very much, and I will see you on the next one. Keep practicing, keep enjoying the guitar. See you soon.